and welcome to our monthly webinar here at LMNTs Marketing, where we put the jigsaw pieces of marketing together. Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you will have loads of fun and you're going to enjoy this quick presentation and this overview of how to turn interest into conversions. So let's begin. First of all, if you would like to get a more in-depth, detailed overview of what I'm talking about, there is a blog post on our website which says From Leads to Conversions and Profits with email marketing. So that's the number one resource I would recommend you to check out. It is quite in-depth and you're going to find out a lot more about email marketing than you ever thought was possible using those techniques. So please do go and check out that blog post, which is available for free. So please feel free to comment and share and ask questions, just like in this webinar, which will be quick, precise, and very straight to the point. So let's begin with talking about engagement and conversion. So first and foremost, people are thinking in terms of I want to be popular on social media, or I would love to be, I would love to have 100,000 followers. Sooner or later, they are going to realize that it's not going to be bringing in profits for them. And ultimately, it is not a popularity contest. So marketing should never be a popularity contest. It should always be about getting people interested in what you do and getting people to trust you enough to do business with you. So there is a massive difference, and obviously there is the reason why there is a difference is because there's different stages of the funnel or the engagement. So you must, if you have been following us for a while, you must be familiar with the AIDA principle. So it is a model of digital marketing, which is basically going to tell you which stage of the decision-making process people are at the moment. And based on the level they are at, you can craft different messages for them. So what happens when people are actually stuck on the interest stage? You're never going to take them 2 levels down to get a conversion unless you've got an advanced strategy. And that's the strategy I'm going to talk about, which is email marketing and its SEO. So there's 2 elements of that. SEO is really good for creating awareness and interest. So without that, you can't get conversions. However, at the same time, you need to convert those leads or followers or interested people into business, because if you don't get business, you're not in business. So it's as simple as that. So that's the upshot of it, and I really hope that you're going to enjoy this overview. So let's get started on that one. So how we work with conversion funnels and what we are doing at LMNTs Marketing is we always think about what the prospects want and how we can turn them into buyers and raving fans. So let's start with the basics. So let's start with the email marketing funnel, which is very, very important. So an email marketing funnel is something that will help you turn people from people who follow you or are interested in what you do into people who actually do want to do business with you because they trust you enough. So an email marketing funnel is essential if you would like to maximize your selling power. So I'm going to say it again. An email marketing funnel is essential if you would like to maximize your selling power. And the reason behind it is because you don't want people to forget about you. And in today's day and age, unfortunately, people will have to see your messages a lot of times before they actually are convinced that you are the right person for them. So if you don't give them enough opportunities to connect with you, and it doesn't matter how many times they see your Facebook post, that's not going to be enough. You've got to give them a reason to do business with you, and that's an art. So social media followers, they tend to just lurk in the background. We've got loads of them, but sometimes it takes them years to convert into clients, even though, and they never comment on our post, but eventually they will come on board because they have seen a free download, they used it, they got the email marketing from us, and that can speed up the process. So the I talked about in a short on here, I talked about the 7-11 4 principle, which actually means that your prospects will need 11 interactions on 4 platforms and 7 hours of content. So if you don't have it, it's not going to happen. So the 7-11 principle, I'm going to put the link in the comments that to the short where I explain it. It's very simple. You've got to grab every opportunity where you can convince your audience that you're the real deal. That's as simple. So uh, that's why you need an automation in your marketing, and an email marketing funnel will help you achieve that goal because you can send them emails. You can send them actually emails with a YouTube channel. You can send them emails that takes them back to the blog post. You can send them an email that engages with them a different way. You can send them an email to your quiz funnel, and then they will feel like, oh, I'm getting some value here. Let's start listening to these people again. So that's why you do need email marketing. However, you just have to understand the buyer behaviors as well. So it's very important that you do understand what makes people buy. So that's something that marketing people call buying triggers. So in order to turn your engaged audience into buyers, you've got to understand that buying triggers. And that's actually something that we do here at LMNTs Marketing with every client. We do the ideal client exercise where we try to understand exactly that, what keeps them up at night and what their buying triggers are. And that way we can actually create something that is going to boost our clients' conversion rate. So we don't even start working with a client without knowing exactly what their audience's behavior, especially buying behavior, is. So that's the reason why we do the audience research. So obviously, knowing your audience is the foundation of turning your engaged audience into buyers. And obviously, the ideal client avatar worksheet is also available on our website. If you go on the free resources, you click on the customer avatar worksheet and you find it straight there. Free to download, free to play with, but if you get stuck, we can always arrange an ideal client exercise. So obviously we talked a lot about engagement, and if you look at the awareness stage of the audience, it's really important. So obviously you've got to make sure that the lead magnet is converting. So you want to take them further down the funnel than you would have been able to do previously. So a lead magnet is important, but don't think about a free download or a free report because it's not going to happen. So a successful lead magnet is, I will show you quite a few examples here that is going to give you some ideas. So I absolutely love Mike Deary and everything he does and the authenticity. So he's got a really powerful message on there, and he's just got the email address and the download. So it's basically you can just sign up to his Notes from the Universe newsletter, which means you will get messages from the universe every day. Plus, at the bottom of every email, he's got the marketing messages. So he's got quite a few automations set up, but that's the main one, which encourages you to join his latest workshop. It encourages you to get in touch or to buy a program or to buy a book. And it's always value. So if you think about it, people are happy that they are getting the free newsletters and the free Notes from the Universe already. And obviously he's got different offers for different types of people. And once you sign up for a different offer, you will get a different type of email. So, and the other thing he does is he redirects traffic to his YouTube channel or his Facebook group, which is massive. He usually does daily lives. So obviously the 4 platforms is already ticked because he's got the website, he's got the email, he's got YouTube, and he's got he's got some a form of book or a video to consume for his audience. So I absolutely love that one. And then I talk about Alex Singer quite a lot. He's one of the smartest marketers out there. And obviously it's a simple book funnel. Not everyone can do it because you will have to front load the cost of sending the book and getting it printed. But because he's got such an audience, he can do it. So he offers a free physical copy. And by the way, quite a few marketers in the UK are doing that as well. So for the likes of Daniel Priestley, he does that as well. I've got the book, and it's a brilliant marketing technique because it will sit on your desk for a long time. So Annex Single's physical book lead magnet is a very, very good example. If you don't have the budget, don't do it, do something else. But these people in marketing, they do have the budget to actually execute these campaigns, and it pays off. It's got a high return on investment because that's a more valuable platform, a physical book, than anything else you can put out there online. So yeah, I talked about Daniel Priestley. So I'm going to talk about Daniel Priestley. I could quote him all day, every day. He's probably one of the smartest marketing and business people in the UK at the moment. So very, very simple. He is actually the founder of ScoreApp, which is a quiz funnel software, which we are using actually, and we partnered up with ScoreApp to get us leads. So basically, he's actually offering you to get on board and get a free PDF report. That's what a ScoreApp lead generation method does. So you will get a massive value again because you will not just get an end result saying your score is 40 to 50%. That's it, goodbye. You are actually going to get a full PDF report based on your answers. And that's a very, very smart marketing technique. So if you have about 30 to 40 pounds a month, I would recommend experimenting with ScoreApp. I will put the link below for you as well, so you can have a look. So let's talk about where your audience is at the moment. So I'm just going to find you the graph. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the AIDA model, and I'm going to explain what it does and how it can actually improve your marketing as well. There you go. So let's have a look. Okay, so let's have a look at the AIDA or AIDA, which is an opera model. So what you should be doing when you are promoting yourself. So the first one is awareness, and that's probably where all your followers are, or the majority of your followers are. So you can do articles, you can do ads, you can do podcasts and webinars, and obviously paid advertising of any form. So it can be Google ads, it can be YouTube ads, it can be both, it can be social media ads as well. So at this stage, you just want people to know what you do and know about you, and get to find out about what you offer and what your USP is. So that's probably social media, your generic social media branding takes care of it, especially if you're covering multiple accounts with multiple content. The next stage is the interest. So that's what you want people to do. You want them to be interested in what you do. So from web content to newsletters, I mentioned newsletters, and I mentioned obviously email marketing previously. So it's very important that you do have a newsletter at this point if you are ready to take your marketing to the next level and get conversions. And obviously you can carry on with your social media, but at this point you want to give them something valuable to make them interested. So give them case studies, give them tips, give them blog posts that are engaging and interesting. Now, if you are on this call and you are looking to turn engagement into sales, then I believe that you've got to focus on the last two, the green and the purple areas of the pyramid. So you want people to desire what you offer. So you've got to paint a picture in their head, which means you've got to know exactly what they get, and they need to desire it badly enough to get in touch and become a lead. or a prospect. So you can do it if you are in B2B. You can do it with white papers, ebooks, brochures, small sites, but I would definitely include case studies in here because case studies are brilliant to create something I call the like me moment. So the like me moment is when you realize that when your prospects realize that they like you, you have people like them, and they and you're like them as well. So you're helping people like them, but you also are alike. You've got the same values, the same principles. Um, Brochures, yes, it can be a really good way of selling, but if you are on a limited budget, just create a new version of it on Canva, which is very, very easy to do. So you can build a whole retargeting campaign based on brochures. So whoever visited your website or your social media, you can offer something to download as a physical or a digital format. I can see that quite a lot in. I'm actually looking at refurbishing a kitchen, so obviously I'm being targeted by loads and loads of ads all over the place. So what I see is kitchen companies or even joiners or big companies, especially instead of asking you to go and get a quote straight away, they offer a free download of the brochure so you can look through in your own time. Oh, this is the type of kitchen I would like, or this is the appliance I would like. That color is nice, but can I have it in my size? So it is giving you a bit more time to think about it. So your job now, if you've got engagement but you don't actually get conversions, is to figure out what would help your audience make the decision to buy from you or even contact you. And brochures can be really, really good. And obviously, in the end, it's the action. So you've got the case studies again here. So you've got to make sure that you've got evidence to show your audience. So case studies, but also on both of the stages, I would recommend that you do a little bit of a PR campaign, but it doesn't have to involve a PR agency that charges about $5,000 a month. It can be very, very simple. Showcasing your testimonials, asking your past clients to give you written or video testimonials. So at this point, you want to convince them that, yeah, loads of people offer the same solution, but they should choose you. So that's one of the questions on our ideal client exercise, basically, when we say, oh, would you, why would they buy from you instead of another company that offers a similar service? So that's a question you've got to answer at this stage in order to turn your engaged audience into buyers and get the cash in. So again, testimonials, case studies, data sheets. I would also mention if your team are really good at Canva, you can always create a simple infographic that showcases what you've done for other people, because most people today are visual, so they don't really want to have 50 pages of content to read, because it's just going to be on their drive, or if you send it physically, it's going to be at the bottom of the pile. But if you just give them a really nice visual interpretation of what you did, then it's more likely that they are going to take action because they will see the black and white figures. Obviously, you shouldn't make it black and white. You should it should be branded to your colors, but you do get what I mean. And obviously education, so webinars. So especially, I would say, especially if you are selling a high ticket coaching program, a high ticket service, I would probably recommend that you do hold webinars that people can actually ask questions before they will actually buy. Now, I don't want you to think that it's the webinar, the American style of webinar I'm talking about. So the American style of webinar is something where people are going to try and sell you something. So it's about 10 minutes of content, 20 minutes of bragging, and 20 minutes of sales in the traditional format of a webinar. I like looking at webinars as proving that you are the expert, and it helps your audience understand that you are kind of the doctor. So if you go to the doctor because you've got a pain in your stomach, you're not going to actually question their methods, how they examine you. You just want results. So that's actually where you want your audience to be. Whether you are a business coach, a personal coach, a lifestyle coach, if you have a consultancy or an accountancy, or are in any type of business services, you want to be treated like the doctor is treated in the hospital. You don't want to question how they find out what's wrong with you. You just trust them that they can fix it because they've got the experience and knowledge. So that's probably the hardest thing to do, because you've got to do it in a way that you don't look like you're bragging about yourself, but you also have to be confident enough to convince people. So these are the action steps I would like you to do. So in my blog, obviously, I've got quite a few tips about improving your conversions rates. So I'm going to put that one on the links below as well. So there is a really good list of how to improve your conversion rates. There you go. So I will put this link in the chat below now. There you go. So this is the conversion rates blog post. She's talking about the powerful call to action, testimonials, and follow-ups, but it's much more. So you can actually see that what the average conversion rate is in the industry. And if you look at the chart, it is actually not too high. So if you look at 10%, you've got to get enough people interested in and tuned into your message in order to get enough conversions for your business to be profitable. So I am also going to put the rest of the links in this chat, including the ideal client exercise and the previous blog post I shared. So if you've got any questions whatsoever, you've got loads of ways of reaching us. You can just put a comment in the chat box. You can also comment on our blog post, or you can simply contact us via the website. I hope that you have picked up some nuggets of information that's going to help you turn your engaged audience into amazing clients, and wishing you all the best. If you need any more help, I'm more active on LinkedIn, so please find us on LinkedIn and check out our newsletter, which is also full of loads of information. See you next month. Bye.